Okay, so it turns out there was nothing down there, or if there was, I completely missed it. You know, in either case, that marker is kind of misleading. Well, but anyway, looks like we're almost up to the lab. Why are you walking kind of funny there, Geralt?
Looks like a laboratory. Pretty well equipped, too.
My god. Alright, let's put the lantern away, because I can see some kind of ghost there, but I suspect at this point we don't want to necessarily...
Experimenting on humans. Never would have gotten away with it if the Conclave were still in charge.
What do we have here? The notes of Alexander the Mage. What do your notes tell us, Mr. Alexander? Let's see, day 237. My experiments continue to return results I must consider unreliable. Methodological errors are not at fault. The problem lies in the shoddy and fallible research material I am forced to work with. Despite his prior assurance, Surad? That's how I'm going with it. Surad is unable to provide me with enough moderately healthy specimens for my tests. Most of the material is starved and terrified, having been dragged here straight from the dungeon. I waste a great deal of time daily washing and delousing them before I will so much as let them step foot into my laboratory. Sterility first. As Maudie Sodergren managed to prove in her little-known work, the attitude of a patient undergoing treatment can have significant impact on the battle against the disease. Unfortunately, the volunteers with which I am supplied do not show sufficient comprehension, let alone enthusiasm, for the noble work in which they are taking part. In fact, it seems they consider the research part of their punishment. I have tried a few times, though I am but a poor speaker, to convince them that they are contributing to the eradication of one of the greatest plagues tormenting mankind. By the distinct impression they understood little, but perhaps their stupor was merely the result of the early stages of the illness. Of course, it is impossible to achieve success without significant sacrifices. The overwhelming majority of them will have to lay down their trifling lives on the altar of learning. That is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Human test subjects. Unwilling human test subjects. Mage Alexander, I don't think you are following proper procedures or practices. Not to mention, you are clearly unlicensed and don't necessarily know what you're doing. Well, maybe he does know what he's doing, but he's definitely not going about it in a proper manner if he is just dragging up people from the dungeons. Day 346. Sorry about that. I never did like rats, not because of their obscene tales, but rather on account of their lively, disturbing intelligence. They are always listening when a man believes he is talking only to himself. And what's worse, they seem to understand. A few days ago, I caught myself talking to one of them, to a particularly large black male with a torn-off ear. At first, I was overcome by panic. Was this the first manifestation of the illness? Of course, that was impossible, for I had fortified my immunity with powerful spells. Upon further consideration, I concluded it was an altogether natural reflex, one even the most learned among us find hard to restrain. We mages like to be listened to. That's understandable, I guess. I placed the black rat in a separate cage. The time will come for it to play a part in the tests. Meanwhile, it can keep me company and observe. I've noticed it looks with great concentration at the cages of its infected brethren, particularly those in the last stages of illness. Fascinating. Poor rat. It knows what's happening to its brothers. Speaking of company, I have none besides the black rat, and cannot hope for better. Surad avoids the laboratory and has expressed his desire for his daughter to steer clear of me as well. At first I thought he feared a moral scandal. Let me try that again. He feared a moral scandal, which would be risible in the extreme, but he explained the true reason in due course. It seems Annabelle has always possessed a fragile psychic constitution. Observing the ill might throw her into foul humors. The peasants taking part in the study have stopped speaking to me. I don't know what they believe this whole act of defiance will serve. It does me no harm. They made for lousy conversation partners. There remains, of course, the woman. But as for her, I try to limit my contact. The woman. Curiouser and curiouser. My black rat has died. Today I found him curled up in his cage. I suspected he had become infected on accident, but during the autopsy I did not uncover any signs of illness. He was also perfectly well fed. Strange. Strange indeed. From a medical point of view, his death remains unexplained, something which, I must admit, irritates the scholar in me. But as mentioned previously, I'm not particularly fond of rats. Something suspicious is going on here. Also, I see you there, Ghost. I'll be with you in a moment. I just have some loot to... Potion vial. You know what? Before we do that, let's take a look up here, see what's going on, then we'll go talk to the ghost down there. Well, I assume we have to be able to talk to her because there is, in fact... Well, I just can't think of what else would become of all this. Unless we...
Kept in there until the end. What a shitty way to die.
My god. My god, is that a child? Or just a very small person? They look small enough to be a child, and... That just makes this whole thing even worse. What kind of monster experiments on children? I don't like this mage, Alexander. I mean, he may have been trying to do good. I don't see anything over there on that end of the ledge, so we won't walk out there, because the farther I walk along that edge, the more likely it is that I'm going to fall off to my death, so we want to avoid that if we can. Chains everywhere. I mean, this is just a horrible place to be, no question. Hello there. Whoa. What was that all about?
Why did you leave? You claimed to love me. I'm cold. Why has no one come for me? I cannot leave this place. I see no way out. Who are you? Do you seek to hurt me as well?
I'm just a witcher.
I'm a witcher. I want to lift the curse that grips this island. Your turn to tell me who you are. The other ghosts, they couldn't see me.
I'm special. Always was. The rare beauty. The Lord's daughter. These lands, as far as the eye can see, were ours. My family and I, we hid in the Mage's Tower to await the war's end, the end of hard times. It was not to be forever.
Mage who lived here. Who was he?
Alexander? I hardly knew him. He spent most of his time locked away in this tower. He's dead too, you know. They're all dead. Mountains of corpses, yet I stand here alone, all alone. They've all abandoned me. Even he who promised me everlasting love. You will abandon me as well.
If I can lift the curse, you yourself will be free to leave. Tell me what happened here. Peasants sailed to the island to ask for food. Is that true?
No. They came to rob and kill. They thought us rich, believed we'd stowed ourselves away here to laugh at their misery. Yet we had little food as well. Too little to share with those who came. They slaughtered everyone. I heard my father cry out, but the mage told me not to reveal myself or let anyone in. He gave me a potion. If I was discovered, I was to drink it. He said everything would be all right.
What was this potion?
What kind of potion was it? Remember its smell? What it looked like?
I remember only that I feared to drink it.
Didn't trust the mage?
In the village, they claimed he meddled in disease. Not curing it, but causing it. They said he lured rats into the tower, infected them with the Catriona. Only rumors, surely, but I was afraid. So horribly afraid. And then I heard him. My beloved Graham. He called to me. I opened the door for him, but others rushed in. They lunged at me and...
Your beloved failed to save you. Why?
There were too many. Leave her be, he shouted. He grabbed at them, tried to stop them. They just laughed.
Did they hurt you?
They gripped my arms, tore at my dress. I managed to free myself and drink the potion, and then... nothing.
Poisoned? That how you died?
No, for I later awoke. I was alone, it was dark. Only there were rats everywhere. Dozens. Hundreds. And I couldn't move.
Sleeping potion. Effects hadn't worn off yet. You were paralyzed.
They were everywhere. All over me like insects. My face, my hands. I felt them rip open my skin, then crawl into my stomach. They tore me apart, and I could not even scream. Have I not suffered enough? Why can't I leave this place?
My God. That is a horrible way to die. Eaten alive from the inside out by... I don't even want to think about that. Well, let's focus here. We have questions to ask.
You weren't the last to die on this island. Found a fresh corpse in the tower.
The island's a dangerous place. Folks should not venture here. I too wish to leave.
The dead man. Looked like a monster had attacked him, recently. The tower home to anything else?
How am I to know? There's lots of wraiths here. I hear them whispering every night.
Not talking about ghosts. A monster who hunts here. You must have noticed something.
I don't know. I've noticed naught. Why do you ask? Why must you press me so? You're to be my savior, not my tormentor.
I'm starting to get some suspicions here.
Can you talk to the island's other specters?
No, I'm alone here. The others, they flee when they see me. I know not why. You do not fear me, do you?
No. Used to dealing with ghosts. Though, gotta admit, there's something about you. You're different.
Different indeed. Starting to have some questions about you.
How can I help you?
A curse born of hatred binds me to this place. Only love's power can hope to lift it. But who could love a wraith?
And your beloved, he dead too?
Grail? No, he lives. I would know if he died. But he fled and abandoned me. Left me here all alone.
Maybe you could strip the curse of its power by forgiving him. You might cleanse the isle.
Yes, tell me about this Graham.
Your beloved, who is he? A noble son?
No, a poor fisherman. My father objected, strongly. He did not see us together. I miss him so. Each night I walk to the island shore to gaze upon the village. Does he remember me still?
Said before you can't leave the tower.
Did I? You must have misheard.
I don't think so.
I don't know anymore. It's all a nightmare to me.
Alright, I'm starting to get really suspicious here. She can't even keep her story straight. How do we know we can trust whatever she says?
As I see it, you're the curse's focus. The other ghosts on the island, their auras aren't nearly as strong as yours. My medallion started pulsating as soon as we started talking.
I don't know what you mean, but you do seem to know some things. You could be right. My fate is tied to the Isle, I feel that. Perhaps because I am heiress of these lands.
It could be your blood ties to the land, the base of the curse, that is. If so, forgiving Graham, laying your resentment to rest should lift it.
I loved him. I'm prepared to forgive him. But I must know that he regrets what he did. Take my bones to him. He must bury them. This will be our farewell. Will you speak to him? Will you do this for me?
I can, but let's say we don't trust her.
Really sad story. but something's not right. Got a feeling.
What is it?
You're not telling me everything. You know the island's dangerous, but refuse to tell me about the monster that lives here.
There is no monster.
Then why is there a locked door leading to some other basement? Answer me that. Let's press her a little more.
I think you're lying. Question is, why? To protect the beast? Or is it that...
Stop! I will not hear this!
I can't help you. Taking anything off this cursed island, from any cursed place, just too dangerous. And a dead woman's bones, that's asking for trouble.
They said witches are heartless beasts. Will you bring Graham here then? I so long to say goodbye.
Annabelle, listen.
You never wished to help me, and here I have someone who would finally take pity on me.
Whoa. Now listen. Alright, get, mouse. Okay, I want Yarden, because that's... Whoa, the rats are all attacking. Ouch. Leave me alone, you damned rats. Okay, I'm gonna die here, fine.
Gotta catch them.
Gotta what now? Oh. Hey, get back here, you! I'm not done with you yet. Nope. That's not gonna do it. Let's just keep regenerating our health. Nope, still not. Nope. Still. Where are you going? Where do you think you're going? Nope. Get back here, you. I'm not done. Okay, maybe you're gonna lead me down to the... A pesto. What is a pesto? Damn it, I'm not done with you. Oh, okay, here we go. That didn't do anything. Alright. Whoa! Okay, you're sending all the plague smoke after me. Whoa. Leave me alone, you blasted flies. Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at fighting you, wraiths.
What was that? It sounded for a moment like you joined the wraiths yourself.
Had to fight a pester.
A pester? And did you learn how to lift the curse before you lunged at her, sword in hand?
Yeah, we talked a bit. Looks like I need to get her beloved to the island. Fisherman named Graham.
I know the man. He lives in Oriton, village on the lakeshore. Find him immediately. We're close to unraveling this. I can feel it.
Oriton, eh? I still feel like we're missing something. You know, let's see. Well, this episode's running along as it is, so I guess now is probably a good time to wrap up this episode. And we shall pick up next time. I feel like we're missing something on the island, a ghost or something. But for the time being, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content. Helps support the channel. And I will see you next time.